So once someone sells, it will have an even greater impact than if someone bought. Because the liquidity at the bid is drastically reduced at those times. Whether it is visible or hidden, it is the reality. So, the reflection is always open. I am always hoping to hear any kind of opinion, contradictory, divergent, convergent, or a bit digressive, no matter. But I think that's important. I gave you a little bit of my feeling and what it is about. It reminds me of the videos of Kevin Tosh when he talked about all this 10 to 15 years ago, and it's true that you explain very well why it's always complicated to sell a high point on the market or buy a low point on the market. Just because if it's really a low point you want to buy it, you know that to offer it in front of it, there's not much because it's a low point, just, and that there is no market maker who will take the risk of loading as a sick in quantity to offer it if it is really a low point. He will not sell it. If it is a low point, he will want to buy it. Do you understand? So here is. It is based on market making. Market making is based on the intrinsic way in which markets work. That is, each market is organized. If you want, like that, by different market makers who provide liquidity to buy and sell, especially prices, in an algorithmic and very high-frequency manner. And then, for them, it's ultra-profitable business because they have many advantages, all of which will come back. They also have constraints and duties, of course, but they still have a lot more advantages. That ultimately allows them to drive prices based on their inventory simply. Depending on their inventory, they drive prices in the directions and proportions in which they are trying to do so. That I'm not saying that everything is driven all the time to 100%. But they still try to do things so that depending on their inventory, here you have to bring the prices on one side or the other in certain proportions. This is quite easy, especially when it is legally and quantitatively dealt with by the institutions. Take for example BlackRock, the world's largest banking institution, is the world's largest market maker. It is primarily the assets it makes the market making of almost all the assets in the world. Well, this is a reality. So here is. I think the reflection is open. You have understood where I wanted to go with this thought. I also gave you my opinion that is for the time being there, I confess, quite clear, but I am open to everything, and we will go after to the third part of the podcast at the level of exploitation of all this, because it is the most important. Finally, how exploits and how we implement these concepts and these realities. Yet practical, how we implement them in scalping or in the algorithm of auto-trading. As we do with MetaCount. It remains a very important goal. Thanks for your attention. I'm just following up with the fourth podcast. Thank you very much.